I can still talk like a Britain girl if you want.
Oh yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and then definitely like trying to adjust the accent is something most people will not tell you. But
Yeah.
anyway, like for the TOEFL, what I did was that I just watch a lot of these TV shows, so I can understand the vocabulary, understand some of the props, stuff like that. And I have been watching a lot of things actually. Like right now, I know a lot of people are watching The Boys. I have been
The
following
voice, yeah.
that one from season one. So
That's so cool.
yeah, so yeah, it's pretty fun. But just like to make sure you read all these English passages, like from Fox News,
Hmm.
CNN, stuff like that, just to follow them and then do like the mock. So when they say something, you click pause and then you follow that. Do this kind of practice, and
Yeah.
it will take a lot of effort to practice. I would definitely say, it's not easy for non-native speakers. Yeah, and then
That's awesome.
yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. And then for GMAT, because I didn't study the GRE, but for GMAT, is that I think this is a really flexible test. Unlike a lot of the standard tests, this one is pretty versatile. I would say that you will find in the multiple choice, there's a lot of knowledge related to some economic basics like popcorn theory that in a theater, they the largest source of their income is not from the boxing office, boxing tickets, but it's from the popcorn they sell in the theater.
Oh no, I did not
Yeah,
know
because
that. That's kind of cool.
that's how they earn a higher margin. So they
Yeah.
have more revenue from the popcorn, and they know that when customers goes to the movie theater, they will intentionally want to buy a popcorn with them when they watch the movie. And like for stuff like that, you probably will want to learn a little bit basics of economy, so that will put you in a better position compared to a lot of other people, and then you will study like easily because some of the knowledge is that this series are just goes through all these tests. They will just change a way for testing you for that. And then another thing I think is super important is that you will probably read a few math passages when doing the GMAT test, and then you have time limitation, which is super strict. So you need to make sure that you do a lot of reading to increase the speed of you reading something, and then grasp all these knowledges and then some important messages from the passages when you're reading them, not just to skim through them. So this is something really important. And also another thing is that you need to put yourself in a position that, oh, I'm going to be a businesswoman, businessman. And how they will do that, they will like read a lot of things like from Financial Times, The Economist, stuff like that. We probably will also do a lot of like practice in that, because some of the passages are like they shorten a really long passage into a shorter one, so the meaning will be really vague. So you want to make sure that you grasp the meaning behind it. And for GRE, it's for different because it's more like a general test for master students. The only thing you need to do is that you make sure you memorize a lot of different strange vocabularies that probably you will never use them in your whole life, stuff like that.
No, I agree with you there. It is kind of interesting with GRE and GMAT. I know for those of you guys who are curious to the channel, Zoe is in UC San Diego School of Radio School of Management, so that's their business school, UC San Diego. For most business schools like UCLA, Harvard, Stanford, Northwestern, Vanderbilt, you do have to take a GRE or GMAT. GMAT is usually available for people applying to business school, but if you're applying to a master's program, you usually take the GRE. For those people applying to business school, you had a choice of GMAT or GRE. Zoe did an amazing job on the GMAT, so props to her for that, and thank you for kind of sharing those tips and advice on that. I want to go into your time at UC San Diego now. So it's been about 1 year now since you've been there. What classes were you taking, and what was it like kind of doing your master's at that first year?
Okay, so I think the journey in UCSD is definitely a good memory. But when I first started the program, it was not easy because I just came to a new country and then new culture. All these people are new, And business school is definitely just like, a bit tough. Probably all people may realize that because you are being put into a position with a lot of elite and everyone talk like they own the Wall Street, stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you there. I know how it
Yeah.
feels like.
Yes, right. But I think even though the start was not easy for me because I was like having some difficulties with the language. I not really used to like speaking English every day and trying to make those small talk stuff like that. But it's like a super important skill for you to survive not only in school but outside school. So that's something that I was like trying really hard to improve myself on. And then I think once you pass the bar for language, get over that, you will be fine. And another thing is that a lot of the classes I'm taking initially was like related to statistics and data science. So some of the classes I'm taking like business analytics, customer analytics, and also supply chain analytics, fraud analytics, stuff like that. It's like everything just suddenly relates to some data. And to make sure that you do well in this major or anything related to data or IT, I think definitely like do more practice is really useful. Because for me at first, I previously like have really limited experience with coding. So I was not comfortable doing a lot of coding stuff or using Python. And as a girl, that you will inherently have a bit fear that you may not do well as the boys. So I just like kind of get a little bit lazy. I don't want to do the practice stuff like that. But then